Hey everybody, MrBookieboo here, and I have got a new Lego City update for you guys. I know it's been a little while. I had the best intentions to do these weekly, and then I had a heat wave, and then I had some more stuff with work, and you know how things go. But hopefully I'm going to get back on track and start cranking these out weekly again for you guys, and we've got a lot to cover, so I'm just going to kind of jump into it. Lots and lots of changes in New Bricksburg. As you'll see, there's lots of stuff everywhere. It's kind of chaos right now, which is kind of fun because I'm going to show you kind of how my mind works, which is, I don't know, at least I think it's kind of interesting because it's like an orchestrated chaos is what I like to think, because things are kind of like get all over the place, but they all actually do have a place, and I do have a method to the madness of what I'm doing. But the main thing is that Diagon Alley came out, which is an amazing set. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. It is just spectacular. It's really well done, and there's so many cool features and things with it that I just love it. So that I'm trying to incorporate it into the city because I just think it's so awesome, and it's hard not to. Like, how could you not do that, right? So that is what I've been kind of working on, and so in order to do that, I've had to kind of tear out some things. The main area of the city behind me is pretty much unchanged, which is good, but it's mainly the sides, and the sides always seem to be in flux for me for some reason. I don't know why that is, but the stuff that I do have is actually pretty cool, so I'm going to show you some of that, and you can kind of get a taste for what's to come in New Bricksburg. Okay, so as I said, the main part of the city is pretty much unchanged. I've done a little bit of cleanup here and there. Kind of gotten things kind of situated how I like along the main street over throughout the, the back part of the city. It's like I say, pretty much unchanged. Oh, I just want to point out my son's bridge that he built. I posted that the other day. He had to do that for a school project, and so of course he wanted to build it out of Lego, and I think he did a pretty good job. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out a way to incorporate this into the city. But yeah, so pretty much unchanged throughout here. Everything here is looking good. All the way up to the tuning garage, my Streets of Mos Eisley modular mock, which I'm so excited that we have the new UCS Cantina that just came out. That's another fantastic set, let me tell you. Oh my gosh, incredible. And then, but as we keep going here, things start to get a little crazy here. Emmett would be a little nuts because I'm not following the instructions. So I've kind of been tearing up some stuff. And the main thing over here that I've been tearing up is the park. So you can kind of see that right here. The park has completely changed. And the reason why is because over here, we have Diagon Alley. Now, if you remember, this area used to be adjacent to like Ninjago City. And this was the park. I had the Temple of Air Jitsu. I had the Chinese New Year sets in here. We had a nice little viaduct bridge, and the road kind of curved out this way, and there was a bridge momentarily there, and that's all gone now. The Diagon Alley set is really cool. It's amazing, but it's gigantic. So there's 4 buildings, and there are 16. There are 16 by 32 base plates for each of them. So it is like absolutely ginormous, the amount of space you need. I mean, you're talking, if you wanted to put them in a row, you'd have like the equivalent of like 4 modulars in a row. And as you can see, I mean, they are pretty substantial buildings. They do look, comparing them to the modulars, I mean, they're a little bit smaller. I'd say they're kind of on par with a detective office in terms of scale. Or like the new bookshop, maybe about that same, around that size, which is fine because it fits in with the city, I think. Of course, it doesn't like go in the city because it's a hidden part of London in the movie, right? But they do fit, and they are like super detailed, and I think they look pretty amazing. So what you see is kind of my attempt to fit this into the layout without taking up too much space. So what I decided is I didn't want to take up 4 base plates wide. I just didn't have the room. I mean, I just really didn't have the room. And so what I ended up doing was I made like an alleyway, which, okay, this tree is just totally in the way. This was from the park, which I'll talk about in a minute. And I forgot to move it before the video, but this is one of my trees. There's always like stuff. There's again the methods of the madness, right? Because there's like literally like stuff everywhere. So that's probably not going to stay stable there. Okay, I'm going to put it back in the park for now, so you can see it in a minute. So what I did though is I made like a little boulevard and a little street here. That way, it kind of shrinks the overall like profile of the Diagon Alley, but you still get to see most of the details. And then it kind of also fits because I do have I couldn't go all the way back. I didn't have enough room to put them like make it just an alleyway for all of the modulars or all the Diagon Alley. Well, they're not really modulars, but all the Diagon Alley buildings. And so this is kind of a compromise. So you can kind of see two of them facing out and then two make an alleyway. I really want to do a Green Gods Bank in the back there, like a facade. So that's to be done in the future. But this is kind of what I ended up with. And so I'm pretty happy with it. This area over here is probably going to change a little bit. I'm going to probably redesign the Ninjago city because I need to make it kind of transition into Diagon Alley somehow, or I'm probably just going to put a wall there to wall it off. But I really need to figure out this area, and what I'd really like to do is I really want to take the train platform and actually extend it here, so make the return loop for the trains actually further out somewhere over here, so that I can actually do the 9 3/4 platform underneath the Diagon Alley. So I think that would be kind of a neat little addition to this whole little area, and this would kind of be like little Harry Potter land. I'm not sure if there's any way to get Hogwarts Castle in here. I don't know if you guys have any ideas. I mean, maybe I can do something up high. I do have these pockets, excuse me, behind the Diagon Alley, which I was just going to do like more facade type buildings. So I'm not sure how that's going to go long term. One thing I want to mention real quick is I also improved the lighting in the room, which is why I have these boxes sitting here. So this is the Philips Hue lighting. I'm not getting any kind of promotion from this. It'd be cool if I was. But these lights are awesome. I've switched out the lighting, so you'll notice the lighting's a little bit different in here. You can actually change the color on these things, and they're pretty darn amazing. So I've been replacing all the lights. I have 2 more to go, and then you can get all kinds of really cool lighting effects. So when I've been doing my posts on Instagram, it's been with the new lighting, and I think it makes a huge difference because, like I say, you can change it. They have presets for like autumn, fall. Autumn is fall. Autumn, winter, spring, all that good stuff, and it's pretty neat. You can make your own custom colors. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. Now, the other thing, back to Harry Potter Land, is I'm working on a leaky cauldron. So there's limited source material. There's actually 2 different leaky cauldrons in the movies, or 2 different entrances, I guess you could say. And there's not a whole lot of other stuff. There's some fan art. There's a few other things. There's, of course, the entrances at the Universal Studios, which is completely different from the movie ones. So I had to take a little bit of liberty. But for me, I felt like a building right up against the retaining wall, which is down to the tracks, was kind of a nice little feature. And then, of course, we have the magical wall behind the leaky cauldron, and then the front and sides, which I don't know if I can get the angle on it. It actually has the front kind of based on from the movie. So you can see it's actually a little bit rounded off at the front there. And then again, you can see that pocket of space I have back here. I'm actually thinking what I might do, because it is like about two base plates worth of space, is I might actually try to elevate things and go up another level so that I can actually put some like future modulars behind and up in that little space. That might be a good, I don't know. I gotta think about that. But actually, that's what I'm kind of thinking right now. So again, the road here is much shorter now. It used to be kind of like over here. It's going to be shorter here. This is going to be the overpass to get out of this little part of the city. The train platform, of course, is going to be moved down. And so I got a lot of work to do in this whole area here. Again, Ninjago Land is going to be redesigned in some way. It's might be a little bit smaller. It might be a little bit different. I'm probably going to lose these 2 rail sidings at the far end of the layout over here. That's okay, you know. I love the trains, but I really want to figure out this whole Harry Potter stuff. So, where does that leave the Temple of Air Jitsu? That's a good question. It is over here. So, excuse me again. I took out the park. I didn't want to lose the park because I actually love the park. But what I have done is I've
kind of redesign this area a little bit. I took out one of the road that was here. I'm actually in the process of kind of taking that out and fixing this area here because it used to curve. There used to be a road that curved around the movie theater. That's gone because that gives me a little bit more room to work with in this area. And then also, I'm actually thinking I might actually shift this part down a little bit more this way and take out a little bit of this beachfront area. Not the whole beach because this area I love, but just this area because this was just kind of like not efficiently used space. And so if I shifted things down just a little bit more, I would gain a little more space, and then I would gain space for perhaps another modular over here because I'm getting kind of out of room. But the park is really starting to shape up, and I've been kind of posting a lot about this on Instagram over the last few days. And so you can see the Temple of Air Jitsu. What I did is for a long time I was kind of stuck with the like the set officially comes with these little outbuildings, and so I always was like, oh, I got to have the outbuildings with the temple. I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to remove those and just kind of do my own thing for landscaping, which you can kind of see here. And I've been so happy with the result. And these will may actually end up like over here basically, or somewhere else, or they might put them back in Ninjago land on the other side of the table. But once I removed that, it really opened up the possibilities for me to create this really neat kind of water garden effect, which I still got a lot of work to do on it. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this area is starting to shape up. One thing you'll notice that's currently missing, but not for long, is the farmer's market. I do want to put that back in here. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the park proper here, or it may actually go outside this part of the park, because I'm going to have this little space right here, which is going to be basically like either greenery or there's no road right here. So I could actually do something in this little area, but that's definitely going to be coming back, so don't worry about that. One thing I will mention is the advantage of the railroad track is you have all this wonderful storage for all your trees and bits and pieces and stuff while you're building in the actual city. So one more benefit of raising things up. Real quick, we'll just take a quick look at the beach. Nothing really has changed here yet, but I just really love how this area right here turned out. This is really, really cool. I still want to do something up on the shelf here overlooking the beach. Those are just old mountain facades that I had that I just kind of threw up there, which actually don't look too bad. But I do want to do something more permanent in that area, and I got to finish off the tops of the lower mountain to kind of blend into the shelf there. I don't know what I'm going to do though. I might do some shops. I don't know. I was thinking at one point of doing Tony Stark's mansion. There's a lot of different things I could do in that area. It's just finding time. And then last but not least, we'll spin over and just get a quick look at Ninjago land as it stands today. I haven't done anything in this area in a really long time, and I do hear rumors that there is maybe a new Ninjago set coming out, like one of these, like the Ninjago City or the Docks. There's another like set of that scale coming out next year, which could complicate things for me. But hey, I always like a good challenge. That's always fun. So that is pretty much it in a nutshell. This is kind of, like I said, been taking up a lot of my time here. If you have any ideas on how you think I might be able to fit a Hogwarts in this, somewhere in here, because I really do want to eventually do my minifigure scale Hogwarts. Not like the whole giant thing, but a more compressed version of it, like I was working on. I just don't know where to do it. I mean, it wouldn't really make much sense to have it behind Diagon Alley, I don't think. See, that's a weird, I get caught up in those kind of ideas and stuff where I'm not quite sure where I might want to, it's like I want it to be semi-realistic. I mean, it's Lego, right? So you have a lot of freelance creativity to do what you want, but I don't want it like right next to Diagon Alley because that'd be kind of weird. So, anyways, that is where we're at. Lots of changes, but changes are good and it's fun and it's Lego, and that's like the whole fun of the Lego, right? So thanks for watching, and I will be back soon. Let me know what you guys want to see next. If you want to see a close-up on something, if you would like to see, I got to do the lighting tutorial. I'm still working on that one. What else you'd like to see though, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.